Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sharon Stitches and I'm going to show you guys how to make a basic bodice pattern. So this is beginners friendly. If you're looking to learn how to start drafting your basic bodice, this is a very easy to go tutorial for everybody. So now I'm going to start by getting my materials. I have my pen, that's my marker, my tape, and my brown paper, drafting paper, and then a curve ruler. So yeah, so I'm about to start. So first of all, I'm going to start with my shoulder measurement, which is 16. So that's 16 divided by 2, which will give you 8 inches. So that 8 inches now is what I'm showing you guys. Okay, and you place it on the top of your drafting paper and you mark 8 inches. That's for my own measurement depending on your body size. Then here I'm marking my neckline, that's the neck width, and that's the neck length. So yes, from the shoulder I came down by 1 inch, and that's my shoulder slope. Now I'm going to slant it down, and that's the shoulder slope. So very well, you can see how well we are going. So now I think what I'm going to do next is I'm trying to explain here what I did. I'm trying to explain to you guys what I did. I'm also trying to explain that my next step is going to be to mark my armhole, or rather the neckline curve. Yes, so I'm going to mark my armhole. But firstly, I was trying to explain that for you not to start bothering or thinking too much, your shoulder length is same with your armhole length. So without doing too much mathematics, you can just use whatever you have on your shoulder and put it on your armhole. That's the very easiest way to go about your armhole. So that's what I did here. I used 8 as my shoulder measurement and I'm using 8 as my armhole measurement. Thank you. So yeah, that's my armhole measurement. So now I'm going to cover out the neckline. That's a 3x3 neckline, 3 inches width and 3 inches length down. So that's the curve for my neckline. That's a very basic neckline that we normally do. So you start from that slope you have on your shoulder. You're not going to start from the extreme end from the beginning, and you measure from that slope to the ending of your armhole and you divide it by 2. I had 7 and divided by 2 is 3.5 inches, and then you mark it. So that's from there you come in by half an inch. This is basically, note, this is for your front bodies, and also note that this draft is on fold. So when you are cutting, you are going to fold your clothes while placing the pattern. So now I'm going to curve my armhole. You see how I'm placing the curve ruler? Please pardon me, next time I'm going to use a white drafting paper so that you guys can also see closely what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. So now I drafted, I've curved the armhole and you see how perfectly curved it is. So try to take note of these little things that I'm pointing out. So from the top I marked 10 inches. That's my bust. I'm now putting in all the necessary lines that you need. This is your bust line. This is my bust line, which is 10 inches from your shoulder. So now I'm going to mark the under bust. Mine is 13.5 inches, and the next measurement I'm marking is the waistline, and mine is 19 inches. So that is it. After marking the waistline, which is for me, which is 19 inches, from that waistline I'm going to go down by 10 inches. That's how I get my hip line. So when you want to measure yours, from your waist, measure to the fullest part of your hip, and that way you can get your own measurement. That's how I used to get my own measurement. So that is what I'm marking now. So sorry that the camera couldn't capture that point, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to redo this tutorial. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to redo this tutorial with a white draft twin paper, and also make the camera to focus closely. This video was highly requested, although I'm starting new on this channel, but this video was highly requested. That's why I'm rushing it for the people that need this tutorial. It was highly requested, so all the measurement I did earlier, I'm redoing it on the other side so that I can get a very straight line when I'm marking it horizontally. So this is how I do it. I don't just use that one point that I made to just mark, so that I get exactly a very straight line. So that's what I'm doing. I'm redoing all the measurements on this other side. So guys, please do well to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel. As I'm starting this journey, I believe that you should also click on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a new video, you're going to be notified on my next following videos. Please guys, support me as I go on this journey to help you guys to learn the basic sewing ideas that you guys need to grow on your fashion business, or whether you're sewing for yourself or making it for a business. I will be dropping clues and basic important sewing details that you need while making my drafts and drafting my patterns. I'm not just going to focus on patterns, I'm also going to be showing you clothing that I'm going to make with these patterns. So guys, don't pause on it. Please click on the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you can be able to get notifications on follow-up videos for this particular pattern that I'm making now. So now I'm done drafting the horizontal lines. I'm trying to measure the full length because this is a basic bodice pattern for a gown, and it's a short gown. So I'm trying to measure the full length of this gown to see where I'm going to place it. So this gown is going to be 35 inches, and I added extra 1 inches to make it 36 inches for the hemline. So yeah, this is it. I'm labeling all the lines that I did. That's the full gown length, and this one is the hip line. This is the hip line. Here we have the half length, or that's your waistline, or you call it your half length. Yes, and the next one is the under bust. I'm also going to drop a tutorial on the perfect way to measure your basic body measurement. To take your measurements on, I'm going to use somebody to do that tutorial for you guys so that you guys can see how I do my measurements. So the last one was the chest line. That's the last, and the first line up there was the chest line. So yes, now you guys can see that all the basic measurements have been imputed. This This is, note please, this is the front basic bodice pattern. This is the front pattern, right? I'm going to still make the back pattern because the armhole is for the front pattern is different from the back pattern, both the armhole and the neckline, right? So I'm going to impute my personal measurement so that you can see how the gown basic bodice pattern for this gown will look. So now I'm putting in my bust measurements on the bust line. Yes, and I added extra 1 inch for my seam allowance. So take note, you can add more if you want, depending on how your size and how much allowance you want to leave on your dress. So me, I added 1 inch for the seam allowance. So remember that if you measure your bust, you divide it by 4 and you get your bust measurements for this pattern. Measure your bust, divide it by 4. Mine was 36, and when divided by 4 you have 9. So that's it. That's what I'm trying to do there, and I'm showing you guys the tip. So now I'm imputing the measurements for my bust. That's it. So here is my under bust. I'm also going to impute measurements for my under bust with the same 1 inch allowance that I used for my bust. So guys, I want you to also take note that on this journey I'm not just going to help you guys to know the details that you need, little maneuvers you can do to create beautiful pieces, beautiful dresses, right? You don't have to do the long mathematics. I will show you the simple ways to actually deliver your dresses and make it perfect. That's what my goal is on this platform. So guys, I believe that you guys should follow me as I go on this journey with you guys. Thank you. So now I've already imputed my hip measurements. I'm imputing my hip line. I have already imputed my hip measurements on the my waist measurement, on the half length, and now I'm imputing my hip measurement on the hip line. If the inches you measured for your hip, that's the fullest part of your hip, you divide it by 4, and I added extra 1 inch for seam allowance. I used 1 inch for the seam allowance on all the measurements I have imputed. So when sewing, I'm going to sew on that 1 inch and leave 1 inch. So guys, now my camera is not doing justice to this, so I'm so sorry, bear with me. I'm going to redo this tutorial for you guys so that it can be more detailed. So I'm now going to cover out the dress. I'm going to cover it out now. You see how I'm doing it, guys, so take note. Put your curve ruler where necessary. I'm also covering out the seam allowance so that you see. So guys, that's it. See how I'm placing the curve ruler for the hip line. That's from the half length to the hip line. So be careful and take note of these things that I'm doing. to be very important. So yeah, so on that point, and that's on the half length, you know, the body is not structured to be that way, so I'm going to use my curve ruler to curve that part so it will be curvy. It shouldn't be like a triangle. So that's what I just did. I curved it so that it will be curvy and not like an arc. So that's it, guys. That's it. This is, I'm noting down that this is the basic gown. So you see how simple this tutorial is. It's so easy. So if you're a beginner and you want to learn how to draft patterns, whether you're drafting for trouser, whether you're drafting for a gown, this is a gown basic bodice pattern. So I'm going to be dropping videos back to back on this channel, so do all to like, to also comment and subscribe to my channel as we go on this journey. So I'm cutting it out now. Cutting it out. So yeah, it's out. So I'm going to cut out the neckline. And I'm also going to cut out the shoulder curve slope, shoulder slope. So now I'm going to show you guys how this basic gown pattern. This is a short gown. Literally, this is a short gown. Depending on the length you want it to be, just measure your body and place it there. So this is a basic short gown. This is a gown pattern. So I'm going to show you guys now how it looks. So when you're cutting this pattern, you're going to place it on fold. You're going to place your material on fold, and then you place the pattern on top of it so that you can be able to get what you want. So guys, that's it. This is basically how it looks, and this is when you make your clothes and you finish making your clothes. This clothes is going to look perfect, and I'm still going to show you guys how it looks because I'm going to make it.